Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to say, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, which is all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahushai, and peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the house of David, Shalaki, the house of David, which is the elect that Yahushai is coming back to deliver in these last days. All right. Basically, we just wanted to get a couple scriptures on these heathens, because oftentimes, we don't really focus on these heathens because, like the scripture says, that they're nothing, but the Lord has a judgment for these heathens, okay? The Lord has serious judgment that's coming upon these heathens, and the inspiration of this sit-down, of this lesson, basically came from an incident that happened to me when I was on my way to the plantation. Make a long story short, I was on a train, and Jake woman, she was trying to get on the train. She had a bicycle, and she wanted to put it in a little corner in the cut, so she wouldn't be in anybody's area, be in a way of people coming in off the train. And some goop bitch was on the side of the cut where people that usually put their bicycles in that area. So the J girl, she asked the goop bitch, asked her if she could to move so she can put the bike there. In the Moabite, she gave her like a nasty look, gave her like a nasty, you beneath me, don't come near me type of look. Okay, then she moved, and then she went in to the other side and started talking shit about the Jake girl, to this Elamite man, all right, East Indian man, okay. And then I was trying to eavesdrop on their conversation, and I heard them say something about the goop chick was like, it's so sad that there's people like this, there's people like this. And then the Elamite guy was like, don't worry about them, they just have he said something about education. He said something about education, and I'm just taking an educated guess that he said something like, oh, they're poorly educated or some shit like that. And in the face of the Moabite woman, she just looked real disgusted with that J girl, and she wasn't even rude, the J girl wasn't even rude. She was just asking her, can I put my bike here because I don't want to be in the way of everybody. But it just goes to show you how these heathens, how they look at Jake, how the Lord, said that He's gonna make us a reproach among these nations, okay, and we seeing that, evident day in day. How these other nations look at us, man. Okay, and that goes towards the scriptures, and that should let you being a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, an Israelite, okay, according to the Bible, that these other nations ain't your friends, man. These other nations are your enemies, okay? And they've been our enemies since day one, all right? And really, they beneath us, man. But because we went off against the law, statute, commandments of our Heavenly Father, the Lord said He was going to put these other nations above us, and that's what He did, all right? But that's not going to exonerate you heathens, man. You heathens going to get paid back for every single atrocity, all right, every single thought, every single look that you gave to the nation of Israel, man, because the Lord, we're still the apple of the Most High's eye, man, all right? We're still His chosen nation. He still loves us, and He doesn't care about y'all, man. And you so-called white people, He explicitly said that He hates y'all, but you other nations, He called y'all nothing. Okay, and the way that you look at us, the way that you have disdain towards us, man, we're gonna exact that revenge, man. The Lord's gonna bring us back to our proper state, okay, and we're gonna put hell upon you, man. Righteous hell, holy hell upon you.
Righteous indignation.
Righteous indignation. Okay, indignation means righteous anger. And we have a right to be angry at y'all, man. Because who the hell are y'all to give us any type of looks of displeasure, man? Any type of looks of y'all being above us, man. All right? We the best at everything on this earth, man. Okay? Even in our lowest state, even at the base that the Lord put us now, we still better than all y'all heathens, man. Y'all dogs in the Most High eyes, man. Actually, y'all less than dogs in the Most High eyes, man. Okay, so we're going to get a couple scriptures on that.
Right, before we bring up the scriptures, this is everlasting, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, even our forefather Job said what? I wouldn't even want these heathens, meaning Edom, namely, to be in the presence of his dogs, man. Not verbatim, but he said he doesn't even want Esau being in the presence of his dogs. That's how much less than you than these other animals, man. Y'all are bases of men, so-called Edomites, man. But you other nations too. For you to look down, I know it's a term, you know, in America, to look down your nose at people that you think are less than you. So you look down on even the worst Jake that's in the worst condition that he's in, you have no right to even do that.
Word.
All right, so but bring this out. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That's right, man. So the scriptures is telling us to gather ourselves together, O nation not desired, all right? And we're gathering together by coming back to who we really are, okay? By coming back to our Heavenly Father through His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, okay? By coming back to our nationality, which is Yasharala, the princes of the power, man, okay? And we're not desired because these other nations, they don't want us around them, man. They don't want us in their neighborhoods. They don't want us dating their daughters or dating their sons, okay? They think that we are just spits and niggas, yeah, niggas and spits to them, man. So these other nations don't care about us. When we get shot down in the streets, you don't see these other nations protesting about the atrocities that happen to us, man. You don't see these other nations trying to come together and help out the so-called black or Latino community, man. All right, the shit that goes down over in Chicago, okay, in Harlem and other different parts, Newark, Camden, other different parts of Jake cities that are disenfranchised. All right, they don't care about us. All they want us for is for us to be consumers. Okay, and then the ones who do get, you know, to a certain level of Jakes, all they want them is for entertainment. Okay, because after you know LeBron James or Michael Jordan, just like Michael Jordan, after he retired, they don't care about him no more, man. They just move on to the next celebrity, move on to the next athlete, LeBron James. Okay, we're not a desired nation. Because the Lord took our glory away from us, man. He took the one thing that made us great away from us, which was Him as our power. Okay, so you can continue on that if you want to add on to it.
You got something to say?
Now I'm about to say, and after each year goes by, you always a bigger byword too. Mm-hmm. I remember we had byword to these nations. Like, you know, they like it for our skills and our talents and our attributes, but at the end of the day, it's still a byword.
That's right.
And then I want to add on, like brother was saying, like these people don't care about us. Because, for example, where was, you know, like in America, we have pray for Paris, pray for Japan when they had on them natural disasters. There was no pray for New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina came through. There was no pray for Haiti when that earthquake came there. Because you know what? These other nations don't give a damn about the so-called black and Native Americans. You know, another point is you got the whole thing going on in where's that thing with the pipeline?
North Dakota.
North Dakota. These other nations ain't protesting that for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? We want to always walk hand in hand and help out other nations. What happened in the Philippines? I think it was like 2 years ago when they had that tsunami.
Tsunami, yeah.
Yeah, I remember because at my job they had a fundraiser helping up and sending canned food over there to the Philippines. Because the place I work, majority of the nurses over there are Filipinos. And you had Jake actually taking their own canned foods that they get from Section 8 and sending them over there and helping them. But you think the Philippines is going to come over and help y'all in y'all own hoods over here?
Nope.
They don't give a damn about y'all over here, man.
Nope.
Because the problem with Jake is y'all want to be accepted by these other nations. All right? But we're going to keep going on. This is Zephaniah 2, second verse. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord. All ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
That's right, and that's how we got to come together, man. Is by seeking Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. That's the only way that we're gonna come together as a nation, man. It ain't gonna be under no fucking Kemet. Ain't gonna be under no Black Power. Ain't gonna be under no Black Lives Matter. None of that shit, man. Okay, it's only way that the nation of Israel is gonna come together is gonna be by the elect seeking the Lord's judgment, man. And that's what you see happening before your eyes, man. That's why you see brothers pushing out this truth worldwide, man. You see young men, you know, young men pushing out this truth, man. Okay, you even see young women calling upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, this is how we're seeking the Lord, man. This is how the meek is going to get that righteous salvation, man. But that's the way we got to come together, not by trying to join hand in hand with our enemies, man. Okay, if you read the scriptures all throughout the Old Testament, all right, it always show you how Israel was going at war against other nations, man. This isn't no fairy tale like how me and the brother was talking earlier, that they try to make it seem like the Old Testament, these stories were fairy tales. This wasn't fairy tales, man. This was nation of Israel in particular, fighting against their enemies, which are other nations, man. And these, like you said, yeah, actual events, man. And these nations are still on earth today. They're just being called by other names because of Esau. All right, he's trying to change up the names. So he's trying to hide who he is. All right, but we fought against our enemies. We knew who our enemies were, and we destroyed them, man. Okay, we called upon the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and we destroyed them, man. And that's what we're going to do again. Okay, the elect. All right, even 2/3, man. When Jacob's trouble happens, all right, when there's the race riots in the streets, we're going to destroy our enemies, man. Okay, because today, you know, even though we know it, but it was just seeing it firsthand, the hatred, the disdain that these other fucking nations have for us, man. Okay, and we, you know, the prophets, we get angry at our people for not listening to what we're saying, because our words, okay, is a good news for them. Okay, we're telling them to turn back to the Lord because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, our sovereignty, our kingdom, our Savior is coming, you know, but they don't want to hear that. So we get angry at them. But at the end of the day, when we see these other nations mistreating our people, that gets us even more angry, man. That gets us angry because who are they to look upon our people as being below them, man? They're nothing to the Heavenly Father. All right, nothing.
I don't know if you have this, but I'm a precept. This is how, you know, we said that we have a righteous anger, a righteous indignation. This is Psalms 139 and 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Now it says that am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? How does the other nations rise up against the Most High? By coming at his chosen, the apple of his eye. So if they hate us, they hate the Most High. Because the Lord chose us from the beginning of this thing. He said he dealt not, I don't know if you got this. You know,
no, go ahead.
He said that I've dealt not with any other nation this way. How did the Lord deal with us? Because he said he chose us his statutes and his laws and his commandments. He didn't deal with other nations like that. So for them to hurt the apple of his eye means that they hate him. Right. And so if they hate us, they hate the Most High.
Hey, the Lord said that he put his name in Israel, man. That's why he said, for my name's sake will I deliver you, because I put my name in Israel, man. These other nations, the Lord ain't dealing with them. You can get that Lamentation. You can hold Jeremiah Lamentations 2 and 10. Actually.
Well, you have
I have that.
Yeah,
I have that too.
Nah, give me Lamentations first off the shop. And Jeremiah 10 and 25.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 10. The elders of the daughter of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silence. They have cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground.
Now this is the conditions that we are in today, man. All right, our elders. All right, the elder people, not the elders of in the truth, but the elders. That the elder of people of Israel, okay, they're in the lowest state, man. All right, our elders of Israel are supposed to be, you know, living a good life, man. But here it is, you got 65-year-olds, 70-year-olds that still got to work. All right, still got to work, and they still, you know, trying to make ends meet to this very day, man. Okay, they're supposed to have a nice full. They live their life now. They're supposed to be able to be taken care of, man. All right, but they're living in a lower state. The virgins, the young women, okay, of our nation, you know, they're looked at as just being some hood boogers, you know, or they just gonna grow up to be a little ratchet twerking hoe. All right, that's how our people are looked at upon these other nations. All right, and we don't help our people. Don't help the fact because they end up self-fulfilling that prophecy of doing that, because the scripture says that women are gonna be harlots in the street. Okay, but what? These other nations already have it predestined in their mind that these are how our people are going to be. So even if you come across a woman that is not like that, they automatically think that she is like that, man. Okay? Because the Lord said that he brung us low. Go ahead. If anybody want to say so, you can say it.
I do, because You understand what the whole thing? So when you know, in the book of Lamentations it says to Esau, rejoice and be glad. Also, the scripture I got is talking about these other nations rejoice and be glad because what? It said these other nations lived deliciously with their virgin daughter of Babylon. So all these nations are living deliciously off the downfall of Israel. Because all these nations took a part and are going down. It's not just Esau, it's all these nations. They all took part of it. But Esau is just the head nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can finish that lamentation.
Verse 11, Lamentation chapter 2. Mine eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled by liver. Oh, excuse me. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city.
That's right. So this is Jeremiah, man. He's lamenting. That's why it's called Lamentations. He said that his eyes is filled with tear, man, and that's how we are, man. You know, even like I said before, even though we see our people, we get angry with our people, but at the end of the day, you know, the conditions that we see our people in, man, it's sad, man. It's sad to see our people, you know, the poorest of the people, man, poorest of the nations. It's sad to see them, you know, when you go to a train station, the majority of people that's, you know, bums or you know, homeless is our people. Okay, our people having to fight each other in the streets like they not brethren, man. Okay, that's a sad thing to see. You don't see East Indians out here shooting each other up in the streets, man. Okay, you don't see them selling dope and drugs to each other, so-called groups and shit like that.
You don't see a world star hip hop for these evenings.
That's right, man. You know,
Immediate Takeout, Maury, Jerry Springer, Bill McCunningham, whatever his name is. You don't see them kind of shits.
Fucking loving hip hop.
There you go.
They make shows, comedy off of the badness of Jake. Okay, for lack of a better word, the curses of Jake. Really,
yeah.
It's the curses of Jake. They're making money off of our curses, man. All right, and they're making it. And our people love to have it this way. They buy into that shit, man. Oh, it's a good show. It's a good show. But here it is. You got niggas fighting over bitches. You got niggas sleeping with other men's wives. You got two women fighting over one man. All right. That's why when Jeremiah said this, man, his eyes filled with tears because the prophets they love their people, man. All right. We naturally love our people. All right. Because we understand that how we're supposed to be. That's why we want the kingdom, because we understand that in the kingdom, we're all going to be good, man. All Israel is going to be good in the kingdom. Even though you're going to have those 2/3 that are going to be shamefaced, they're going to be shamefaced there because they're going to know they don't deserve what they have, man. They're going to know that they were some wicked ass niggas in their past life and they don't deserve the mercy of the Lord. That's why they're going to be so shamefaced, man. But here it is now, you know. It's sad to see our people in such a state, man. But that's why we need the Lord to come back, man. And that's why we want this to get the hell up out this place, man. Because we don't want to live in this place anymore. We don't want to live in a society where our people are just a laughing stock, man. No matter what we do, no matter how many bootlicking niggas we got, no matter how many Kanye's try to dye his hair blind and put blue contacts in. That's just not going to work, man. These nations, starting with Esau, is always going to just look at us as not being shit. But you can finish that.
They say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? When they swooned as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul was poured out into their mother's bosom. What thing shall I take to witness for thee? What thing shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee?
So Jeremiah is saying, what can I equal you as? What other nations can I say, you know, well, they go through this or they go through that so that you can feel a little bit better about yourself? No other nation, man. All these other nations got their own lands, all right? They got their families together, okay? They get money. They come over here, they get money, all right? They live in harmony for the most part. But Israel, here it is that every single from the family dysfunctions, from us being, you know, last hired, first fired, from us being disenfranchised, from us being reproached to all these other nations, there's nothing that we can give to Israel to make themselves feel better, man. That's why the only thing we have is the Lord. That's the only thing that we can actually come back to and know what? This is our comfort, man. Because in this world, like how Yahweh Shah said, in this world, there is no comfort for us. This is a cursed, we live in a cursed life, man, whether you want to believe it or not. Go ahead.
So, well, we die every day.
That's right. Yep.
What things shall I take to witness for thee? What things shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee?
Speak up.
That I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion, for thy breach is great, like the sea. Who can heal thee? Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. Yeah. They hiss and wag their tail at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
That's right, man.
I'll say that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now, you read that. Is this the city? Read that part again when it says this is the city?
All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Now, the city that men call perfection of beauty. What is another name for Israel? Mount Zion. Mount Zion is supposed to be to Zion, which means a monument to the Most High. So when you look at Israel, we're supposed to be a reflection of Yahweh. So when they look at us now, these other heathens looking at us like, oh, is this supposed to be the chosen people of Yahweh, of the Almighty power? Because you know, back in the day, when we was in our power, they looked at our power as what? The great and terrible. What do you call it? Al-Ashadiyah. Right now, they're looking at us like they're hissing, they wag their tail. They basically clap their hands because they see our destruction. They're happy. They're happy that we're at this point right now, that the state we're in right now. Mm-hmm. Because for them seeing us here is a mock of our power. So they look at us and like, that's supposed to be the great and terrible God. When you look at us, that's what they see. This is the great and terrible God. This is who we fear. My ancestors feared. And you know what? 2/3 of our people, they live like that. And you know what? And it's a disrespect to our power. That's why only 1/3 of the Lord's chosen, 1/3 of the Lord's people is going to return and realize, like, yo, we're going the hell off, right. And we're going to come back.
That's right. And you know, the majority of people, that's what they, like I was about to say, majority of these heathens, that's what, when they think about so-called blacks and Latinos, they think about just criminals. They think about gangbangers. They think about poor people. Thieves. And you know the new thing that they try to say now, thugs. You know, that's the code word for niggas, basically. That's what they say. Oh, he was a thug. Blah 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 blah. You know, that's what they show in the media. Okay, so they hiss and wag they tell at them, wag they tell at us like, he's just a scum. Like, he just